Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the next episode of Joe Kelley's Psychedelic Experience. What's going on with you? Your old pal Joe checking in with you on a motherfucking Monday. Hey, baby, what's happening with you? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good weekend out there. Hope you got that spiritual dick sucked on. You know what I mean? The number one rated podcast for people with huge spiritual cocks is Joe Kelley's Psychedelic Experience. In case you all don't know, I haven't mentioned it in a while, but we are the number one rated podcast amongst people with giant spiritual cocks. You know, and that could be anybody. It's probably you. You might not even know how big it is, but you got to dig deep inside to figure out how big of a dong you got in your soul. You know what I mean? Hey, people, check out my website. It's up, and it's I'm happy with how it looks. Go to joekellycomedy.com. You can go to my YouTube page and all that shit, and also that's where you're going to be able to get my album that I will be putting out probably here in a couple of months. I've been listening to it. I'm pretty happy with how it came out. You know, it seems like it's a pretty fun little comedy album that I put together. Plus, I got the video of it, which I have not checked out, but that will also be available on my website. A quasi-special of some kind, I guess. But check it out. Go fuck around. Let me know what you think of it. You know what I mean? Let me know your thoughts about the new and improved joekellycomedy.com. How's that for a fucking promo, huh? People should be paying me to do this horse shit, but I do it because I love it, you know? I love it so much. Oh, man. I don't know. Again, what are we going to talk about, people? Well, we want to talk about fucking the brand new variant of the fucking coronavirus, because now we got 3. Never ending, you know? It's like anything we try to take care of in America, it would just perpetuate it forever. The drug war, the war in Iraq, the war on terror, and now it's the war on corona. And it's just never fucking ending. So what am I, you know, do you want a hot take on it, people? Is that what you're looking for? I don't fucking know shit about it. You want a hot take about the new variant of fucking COVID? Are they going to lock us down again, people? Will we lose our minds one more time? In hopes of getting back to what we considered normal. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I got my own fucking problems. I got a fucking dog barking every goddamn day now, people. I don't know what happened. You know, you probably live in an apartment at one point in time in your life. Maybe you haven't, but maybe you've been to one. You know, you can hear people doing stuff other times. You know, your neighbors. You can hear them sometimes because the walls are shit, right? So the people in the apartment above mine, right? They have a dog, and they've had the dog for quite some time. But now, for some reason, like this past week, the dog it just barks all day, every fucking day, and I can just hear it. And I work from home. And even if I'm not working from home, when I'm home, there's a fucking dog barking constantly. What are the laws? Can I claim insanity and kill that dog? And be okay and just be back next week bringing you a new episode of the podcast? Can I just go stab that dog real quick? Because it just won't stop barking, people. And I don't know. I have my suspicions of what might have happened to make that dog become just a tyrant as of late. This is what I think, people. This is what I think happened. I think the neighbors started maybe putting their dog in a cage or in a room when they leave. Why did they do this? I suspect because they got a rabbit. You know what I mean? I'm outside. I'm hanging on the back patio of my apartment, right? And sometimes there's a little dog that'll peek its head out from the balcony above mine. And that's okay. You know, it's better than the usual toenails that fall down on me from the fine people who live upstairs. Or the glitter that they like to use for some reason that has glue. And they don't put newspapers or anything down to catch it. You know, it just falls through. It just seeps through the little boards and falls down on our shit. But now, I forget. Sometimes it's a pleasant little puppy's face. But fucking like last Wednesday, some shit like that. I look up there, I'm like, oh, there's a little dog's head sticking out. And it's a fucking rabbit's head. What the fuck are people doing with rabbits for pets? Why? I mean, why? Does a rabbit give a shit about you? You know? A dog does, maybe. People say they do. But does a rabbit have the same, does it give you the same emotional, I don't know, do you get out of a rabbit what you get out of a dog? Or how fucked up are you that you have a rabbit? And just, hey, you can have a rabbit if you want, but here's where I'm thinking, you know how like all these toenails and this glue's falling down on me, right? Now they're going to have a rabbit on the goddamn patio. And you know where the rabbit's going to shit? On the patio. And you know what's going to happen? The shit's probably going to mash through the fucking cracks. So now I'm going to have rabbit shit on me. Meanwhile, this dog is just barking nonstop. Whether it sees the rabbit or it doesn't like the rabbit around, or they got it locked up because it can't handle being around the rabbit because it might kill the rabbit while they're gone. I don't know. But what are the laws? If I just hit it with a hammer, it's a small dog, you know what I mean? Just one good whack with the hammer. And I would just have a little bit of peace and quiet. And I enjoy that type of thing. So what are the fucking laws? In case any attorneys are check it out the podcast. Can I murder somebody's pet because it's bugging me? I probably can't. Hey, people, you know Joe loves dogs. Everybody knows Joe loves dogs. Dogs love Joe. That's how we work, man. But I just can't deal with the constant barking. You know, I do like voiceover shit sometimes. Do for some basketball YouTube channel. I don't even watch basketball, people. I just talk about it. I don't even know what I'm saying most of the time. I understand what basketball is, but I don't really know what's going on. But I record multiple audio tracks every week. So, and now there's going to be some dog barking in the background just constantly. I don't know what to do. Do you just talk to them? Do you just go, hey, I got to do voiceover sometimes and your dog's just barking all the time? Is that what you do? Or do you just sneak in and just kill the dog? It's like the chicken or the egg, man. It's a tough decision to make, in my opinion. Do you have a mild confrontation with somebody, or do you just kill their dog? I like to prove, so, you know, I'm not too big into proving points, but from time to time I like to prove a point. So I think the latter. I think the murdering of the dog is a much better, more sophisticated route. Because people don't listen no more. You know what I mean? People aren't going to listen to you. So I think they just need to see, you need to show them the message. Because people don't listen. People aren't good listeners in today's world. I think they're more visual. You know what I mean? So if you come home and you find a dead dog, I think you'll understand that somebody was unhappy for whatever reason. How do y'all feel about that? I'm too old to start killing animals. That's something you got to do when you're young, right? It'd be too late. Because then I'm going to be what? I'll probably be like a 70-year-old serial killer. That's no good. That's no good. As much as I'd like to, I think I'm just too late, you know, in the game. I couldn't start training jiu-jitsu and be a professional MMA fighter. You know, I'm 33 years old, so I kind of look at it like that, where it's probably, I'm past my prime to really get into the whole, you know, mass murder thing. You know, what can you do? What can you do, people? That ship sailed. That ship sailed. Was too busy catching ducks and letting them go when I was a kid. Should have been hurting them. That might have been somebody, instead of just a fella in his room. Just hoping the dog doesn't bark and fuck up the podcast. That's been my week, people. Dealing with a dog barking, and that's about it. I gotta get out of here. That's what I've decided, people. It's time for Joe to ramble one more time. Y'all know I'm a rambling man, and when it's time to go, it's time to go. And let me tell you, I'm feeling like it's time to go. I got to get out of Atlanta. I'm not 100% sure exactly what my plans are, but I think my days in Atlanta have come to an end, my friends. This day would come. I knew that. I knew I would never stay in Atlanta forever. That's what I do, It's not like, I don't know. It's like when I'm trying to relate it to what other people can do, because I move around a lot. You know what I mean? But it's like if you get a job. You know what I mean? And the job's fine, everything's going great, and maybe it will never continue to be that same initial feeling of like, oh, everything's real cool and great. Maybe that won't be sustained for forever. But I feel like all my jobs have been like, this is either awful, completely awful and intolerable, or it's like, it's fine, but I'm just not feeling it anymore. You know what I mean? And that's where I feel, or that's how I feel. I don't even know how the fuck to talk today. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about where I'm at with Atlanta. God damn, why was that so difficult to say? That it's time to ramble onward and upward and do something else. Especially, I'm just not dealing with this shit. I got no family down here. I got nothing going on. And it's like, we're going to keep playing this lockdown bullshit and all this and that. And like, even if they're not doing it, people just keep bringing it up. And it's like, God damn it. I'm not going to do that shit in Atlanta again. No siree, Bob. So it's time to ramble. Where to? I don't know. I have some ideas. I'm not going to talk about them right now. I'll let y'all know when I get it figured out. But I'm done with Atlanta. But it's been fun, man. It's had its ups and its downs for sure. But I think my overall experience the past 4 years in Atlanta, I guess coming up on 5, really, have been mostly positive. I will say that. So, no hard feelings with it. I'm just over it. I'm just done. It's time to move on. I can't sit around forever. I got to switch it up. I got to keep it fresh in one way or another. That's what I've done ever since I left Michigan. So I don't know. Yeah, I never expected Atlanta to be any different. But nothing but good stuff came from it, man, in my opinion. It's just time to go. It's time to go, people. But I'll be back. You know what I mean? I'll be back at some point in time. That's the plan. But, yeah, my days in Atlanta are done. And that's it. I can't deal with this dog anymore. That's what it is. It's a yappy dog that's upstairs now that's driving me crazy. Can't deal with the dog, so I got to get up out of here. Fucking wild. But it's been fun. Anyway, I'll let y'all know. I'll keep y'all posted. Just keep your eyes on joekellycomedy.com. All sorts of, everything will keep you up to date there. YouTube, all that shit. Anyway, man, what the fuck is going on? I don't even know if I'm the person to be talking about this shit. But have y'all seen that the Taliban has just pretty much taken over all the major cities in Afghanistan? Ain't that neat? A 20-year war. So, that did absolutely nothing. It's fucking crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy. Just the whole story of the Taliban is interesting to me. You know, I enjoy a good conspiracy theory. I do. But I also understand, uh, back when I lived in Washington, D.C., I tried to dabble in geopolitics. What does it mean? I don't fucking know. Politics of the world, people. That's what it means. Geographical politics. You know, people are out there playing chess with countries. You know, we're very interconnected, and I don't think people realize that. But the Taliban is just such an interesting story because they were originally put into power as like a covert CIA operation. And I know this might sound crazy, but you can look it up. It is 100% true. To lure, it was in like the late 70s, early 80s. It was a fella named Zbigniew Brzezinski, right? He worked for Jimmy Carter. I forget exactly what his position was, but he came up with this idea to fund the Taliban, to fund this group of, I guess, Middle Eastern extremists, maybe, some Lord Wars or whatever, which eventually became the Taliban. But their goal was to lure Russia into Afghanistan so then the U.S. could get involved, and it would ultimately lead to the collapse of the Soviet Union. And it worked like a charm, but then when it was over, nobody knew what to do with these weaponized Taliban. So then people were like, that's how 9/11 happened. And it's like, okay, well, I believe they call it blowback. But, you know, here we are in fucking 20, whatever the fuck year it is, 2021. So you go from, what would it be, 79 to 2021. What the fuck is that? Like almost over 40 years that we've had relations with this one group, and now they're, you know, we went to war with them for 20 years, and now they're just running the fucking show in Afghanistan. It's interesting. I don't know what any of it means, but I can't imagine it's good. But what the fuck do I know? You know, I don't know whatever happened to Zbigniew Brzezinski. You know, I don't know if he's dead or not. But yeah, he was one of those people that they call globalists. You know, people thinking in the grand scheme of things. He wrote a book called The Grand Chessboard, but I've never read it. But it, you know, it pretty much lays out. I don't know. I haven't read it, so I guess I shouldn't summarize it at all. But yeah, pretty interesting stuff. I saw that. They're like, oh, the Taliban has taken over all the cities in Afghanistan. And it's like, we spent so much money and a bunch of people died. For what? For nothing, of course. We know why. We know why. We all know the real reasons why. And I feel like it definitely had very little to do with 9/11. Whatever you want to think about what happened that day, too. You know, it's so easy to go, oh, just people were mad, so they stole planes and ran them into buildings. It's like, okay, great. Why were they so upset exactly? And who were these people? And what relationships did we have with them prior? You know, it's all a big fucked up game. And they just continue to lie time and time again. So then when serious shit happens, when we have a fucking pandemic, nobody buys their horse shit. Whether it's horse shit or not, because you can't trust your government officials. And you certainly can't trust, you know, your media, the gatekeepers. You know what I mean? You certainly can't trust any of these fucking people. So what do? You trust your gut. Go with your gut and fucking listen to Joe Rogan. Duh. I don't understand why everyone's so confused about everything. It's like all you got to do is listen to Joe Rogan. What the fuck is wrong with people? Listen to Joe Rogan and do what he says. It's pretty simple, you know. You take your vitamins and you eat your prayers and you fucking listen to Joe Rogan. God damn it, people. He's the only one who knows anything. I fucking love Joe Rogan. I think he's a hoot. I don't understand why people give him all sorts of shit. Just because he'll run his mouth and say what he wants to. I think he's a pretty... for what he's done, hey, I don't know the guy, but I enjoy some of his shit from time to time. That's all. And I also think, as much as the shit he gets or whatever, I'm sure he's done a lot more positive things for people than negative, for sure. You know? Introducing people to working out and taking better care of themselves. It's like, you know, what's so bad about that? I don't know. Praise Joe Rogan. Amen? Amen. All right, people. Let's get you I don't even know how long this one is. This might be a quick one. Let me do a little check ski. This is pretty decent. We got about the usual amount of time here. What am I worried about? Who cares? I hope we're having fun. I hope we learned something today. Maybe about geopolitics. And maybe one of y'all can help me with the law again. Because I just would like to. I can hear it now. I don't even know if the dog's barking anymore, if it's just in my fucking head. You know what I mean, people? It's like, who's yelling? Who's yelling? I'm alone. I really do hear that dog barking. I hope it's not picking up on the mic. I think it should be okay. I got enough soundproof shit. Anyway, let's get you the animal video clip of the week and get you on your way. Hey, we're bringing back Dark Side of Nature, people. Check it out on Instagram, one of my favorite accounts. This is just, I just like people just fucking up, you know? I don't know how many times I've said that, but I enjoy seeing people just fucking up around an animal. It's very fun. This video, the guy, he almost fucked up. He escaped with his life, which is a bummer. You know, you don't want to, when you're watching animals. And it's like, sometimes I think I sound, let me get a little disclaimer going real quick. Sometimes I feel like I'm a morbid person for talking about these sometimes graphic animal video clips. But I do remember a point in time in America when I believe it was Fox Television that released a series called When Animals Attack, and it was in prime time. So I don't feel bad. This is what I was raised on, people. This is what I enjoy. So this guy, he's a photographer, right? He's trying to get some pictures of some crocodiles, some photographs. He's not taking pictures. What is he? An Instagram model? He's taking photographs of crocodiles. And I think he has somebody. There's a group of people behind him. You can't see them. But they're throwing meat into the water so the crocodiles will get agitated and move so he can get some action shots. You know what I mean? Real into his craft of photography, especially of alligators or crocodiles, whatever. But so they throw the food out. One goes after the food. They both go after the food, right? And he's so focused on the one who got the piece of chicken, he doesn't see the other one come back and get like right up next to him pretty much. His whole fucking big alligator crocodile fucking head right next to the guy. And everyone starts yelling. They're like, hey, there's a crocodile next to you, buddy. Hey, Jimmy, there's a crocodile about to eat you. And he's so focused on taking the picture. And listen, this guy, you can't tell him shit. You know how I know you couldn't tell him shit from the beginning of this clip? He had a neck tattoo. So there's no point in even letting him know that his life is in danger. Because this guy don't give a fuck. And you can't tell him shit. He has a neck tattoo. He's going to be one of those guys. So they're yelling, and he's looking back. And this crocodile's getting closer. And he's looking back like, shut up. You're going to scare the big giant crocodile. And then I'm not going to get my photographs. And he goes back to taking the pictures, and he finally notices the crocodile very, very close to him. And as soon as he jumps back, the crocodile opens its mouth and lunges forward, but he jumped out of the way too quick. It's just so disappointing. You know, that's like you're ahead by fucking 14 in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl with 2 minutes left, and you lose by 1. That's how I feel. It was so close to being a great video, and then it was just very disappointing. I also wonder, I would like to know the percentage of people with neck tattoos who get eaten by crocodiles. Since you can't tell them shit, I imagine that they're the type of people who would love to fuck with a crocodile, for a lack of a better term. And you'd be like, hey, you shouldn't fuck with that crocodile. And he'll turn around, and then you'll see that little tattoo on his neck that says, I ate your mom's pussy. And you'll go, oh, I'm sorry, Jake. My bad, dude. Do what you're going to do, man. Go fuck with that crocodile, because you can't tell him shit. Just saying. If anybody knows those numbers, the crocodile hunter, he got killed by a stingray, because you could tell him shit. He didn't have a neck tattoo. So I imagine most of the people who have been killed by crocodiles have neck tattoos. I imagine it's a very high percentage. Somewhere in probably 95 and above, I'd say. Just a hunch. Anyway. Thanks for checking out the podcast, everybody. Hope we had some fun together this week. Check out joekellycomedy.com for all sorts of videos, and that's where I'll be putting my album, as well as the special, the video of my album will be available there as well. I'll let you know the date exactly when I know it, but just go and get used to the site. Get used to visiting it and checking the events so you can know where I'll be telling jokes, because we got a show at Social Fox Brewing next fucking month. I think it's the 8th. I'm pretty sure it's the 8th in Norcross. Come on through. It'll be fun. Hey, once again, thanks for checking out the podcast, everybody. Hope we had some fun today. I hope you learned a little something about maybe your country and geopolitics. Take care of yourself. Take care of somebody else. And I'll catch you all around real soon. Later.